Omoyele Sowore, two-time presidential candidate and publisher of Sahara Reporters, was arrested yesterday, 2022. He arrived at the Federal High Court in Abuja surrounded by chanting supporters carrying placards, and by the end of the day, he was not working out a free man. He was transported directly to Kuje Correctional Center under heavy security guard. I'd like you to watch this video. So in this video, this was what Omoyele Sowore had to say.
Nigerian people, today is a historical day. Yes, and the reason it's historical is that we are confronted with one of the most brutal regimes. But the good news is that the regime is about to go down. The great news is that I predicted years ago that Tinubu is going to bring about a revolution in Nigeria. And we are on track. We are very much on track. Anytime a revolution is about to happen, it's not like cooking a pot of soup when you know when to put maggi or salt. But it comes at an unexpected time. And it comes because certain mistakes have to be made by the ruling class so that they will trip and fall. Even as we speak now, nobody can tell you Tinubu's location. It's not where to be found. And it's a matter of time before Nigerian people wake up. We are waking them up, and the awakening is here. And we have no doubt that people who are not here are hearing us from all over the country. They are hearing us from all over the world. The time has come for Nigeria to have a revolution. And I am very happy that even as we are here, protests are going on in Ibadan over the help that those kids who have been kidnapped from Ibadan need. To shock you, those kids have been moved from Oyo State to Kaduna, Wari. I'm revealing to you today. Nobody knows whether they are alive or dead. And the people who should be tracking and giving them the list of life they need, they are here wasting your time over what you already said about Bola Tinubu, which is very true. He's a criminal. Anyway, so the decision I was taken by the judge is that I should be sent to prison until Wednesday. Please don't be disappointed. I am going to go there because I already packed my bag. Nobody, I knew this decision was taken a long time ago. I'm aware of all their small plans. But we'll go out and come back more triumphant. So when I go to prison today, I'll come back on Wednesday and I want you guys to come out in large numbers across the country. And those of you who want to follow us to Kuje, let's go on a ride. And those who cannot come, also be ready. Because the work is not about my going to prison. The work is how to break out of prison. Thank you very much. Aluta continua. Revolution.
Okay. So here's the thing here. Justice Mohammed Umar officially ordered his remand pending a June 24 hearing. The system didn't just arrest him. They systematically revoked his bail, dismissed his accusations of judicial bias, and put him behind bars. Here's how they came about this trap. Because this is a trap. What happened last week is that on Monday, June 15th, 2026, Sowore and his legal team arrived at Federal High Court to face his trial. However, the presiding judge, Justice Mohammed Umar, failed to appear without any prior communication or formal notification to the defense. Now, Sowore started sensing a store. Sowore's team submitted an official letter to the court registry requesting an immediate administrative adjournment to a new date. Smart move, right? But on Tuesday, June 16, 2026, here's how they flipped it on Sowore. Despite the judge's absence the previous day, this court now sat on Tuesday. Now, Sowore was absent and Sowore was operating under the assumption that his former letter was already being processed. The Department of State Service, DSS, Prosecution Counsel, Akinkolu Kehinde San, seized the moment. He made an oral application accusing Sowore of intentionally delaying the trial through deliberate absence. So they issued an order. Justice Umar completely dismissed Sowore's written request for adjournment, noting he provided no legal justification for missing Tuesday. The judge instantly revoked his bail and issued a bench warrant for his immediate arrest. Guys, this country, let's now look at the core charges. Why is Sowore a target for Tinubu? So we can expose the root of this conflict. So this is not just about dismiss court date. It is about the political speech. Do you understand? A crime of defamation, according to them. Now, the DSS is prosecuting Sowore over a 2-count charge filed under the controversial Cybercrime Act. The root of these cases stem from an August 2025 social media post on X, which is formerly Twitter, and he also posted that post on Facebook. In this post, Sowore was reacting to a comment made by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu regarding anti-corruption efforts during an official presidential state trip to Brazil. In his response, Sowore openly labeled President Tinubu, even tagged him a criminal and a product of systemic political corruption. So there was a legal fight back of Sowore. Sowore pleaded not guilty from that allegations. After DSS closed its evidence, Sowore filed a no-case submission, arguing the state's case was completely hollow. But in May 2026, Justice Umar crushed that application, ordering Sowore to open his formal defense. So there's an inside warfare, right? An accusation of judicial bias. There's just a bad blood around this whole thing. Let's dive into it, right? Following the May ruling, forcing him to enter a defense, Sowore openly accused Justice Umar of intense bias, stating the court was actively collaborating with the federal government to secure a forced conviction to block him from participating in the upcoming 2027 presidential election. Now, Justice Umar told him to file a formal application if he wanted him off the case. Sowore's legal team went over the judge's head, appealing directly to the chief judge of the Federal High Court to reassign the entire trial to a completely neutral judge. So this is where they hit the hammer on the head today. In today's sitting, that same Justice Umar officially dismissed Sowore's recusal application. Then he ordered him straight to Kuje Prison. While his new lead counsel, Adeyinka Olumuyide Fusika, is his son, frantically scrambles to argue a motion of stay of execution on Wednesday, June 24th. Here's the bigger picture in this whole matter. Because for me, what does this mean about our democracy? Do you understand? The weaponization of the judiciary. This case shows a terrifying trend where administrative mix-ups like the judge missing on Monday, sitting on Tuesday, are being converted into immediate arrest warrants to incarcerate high-profile critics. Listen, if a 2-time presidential candidate can be locked in Kuje Prison over a single social media post calling a politician a criminal, it means the Cybercrime Act has successfully turned political dissent into an operational felony. We must talk about the 2027 preemptive strike. With the opposition space fracturing and new parties trying to form, locking up active mobilizers like Sowore serves as a chilling message from the state. The establishment is ready to use maximum federal power to clear the field ahead of 2027. This federal government are ready to fight anybody. I remember having a conversation with a friend, and I was saying how that the federal government cannot pick very dark man and lock him. My friend frankly told me that the federal government is not ready to pick very dark man. If they are ready to pick very dark man, they will look for something from his social media, something from his account. They can send someone to push money into his account and pick him up for it. Remember how they whisked him off one time in a bank? That should be GT Bank also. they whisk him. So it feels like our democracy is not really democracy. Like freedom of speech is not really freedom of speech. So somebody once said, there is freedom of speech, but you cannot ascertain your freedom after speech. This country is really going far beyond repair. They are silencing whistleblowers, silencing activists, and it's unfair. So, guys, what do you think about this old scenario of Sowore's arrest? Do you think this is fair? Do you think this is a justice to our judicial system? A court missing on Monday and coming back on Tuesday and then arresting Sowore. I don't like Sowore on several other things, but our judicial system to me is messed up. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and follow for more.